We are guys who know one thing, we know nothing at all.
But you just had a huge clip, gigantic clip, that started off, and it was you in downtown Orlando,
Yeah, classic.
with the gubernatorial candidate, James Fishback, who's running for governor of Florida as a Republican, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. So it's him versus Byron Donalds, right?
Versus Byron Donalds and
All
some
right.
other guy named like Jay Collins, but who cares about him? Like,
And this
only like
thing,
4%.
I think it's fair to say blew up more than any of us could have imagined. So either way, we're here talking to Taj to get a little bit of his perspective on the whole thing, exclusive access.
Yeah.
So go ahead and tell us about that day and what went down.
Yeah. So, all right. Back in the days when we lived together, this isn't gonna be a long backstory, but I promise it goes full circle, right? I used to debate on a Twitch streaming channel called Politically Provoked. Don't look it up. Don't worry about it. It's dead now. But like back on that channel, it'd be a lot of like left-leaning like debaters versus a lot of people called groypers. And then those are like general followers of Nick Fuentes, like the white supremacist, anti-immigrant, anti-woman, anti-queer,
Anti-everything.
yeah, anti-constitution, pretty much conservative, like the new, like I think they call them like the woke right. And on Politically Revoked, running into all these different groypers, you're like, yo, I actually low-key hate this entire community, this entire movement. I despise these niggas. Can I cuss? Like, I despise them. Dead ass, I hate all of you. Not personally, but like your movement sucks. And so like realizing this, I see that this one guy is gaining traction in Florida named James Fishback, among like younger voters. And I noticed that he gets like promoted by and endorsed by Andrew Tate and Tucker Carlson and Nick Fuentes, the groyper.
Sorry to interrupt. Did he start off with the whole Destiny debate, or not the Destiny debate, the debate that happened with the Circled with Jubilee? Is that how he took on? Was that his beginning, or was
I'm not sure how he ended up on Jubilee.
So I just was curious if that was his beginning, or if that was before. But was that the beginning of his like prominence, or was it? Did he start before that?
I mean, he owned a nonprofit called Incubate Debate, where it was pretty much teaching high schoolers about debating.
Okay,
so it was like a massive like high school club about debating.
Oh man, so he was a professional debater apparently.
Yeah. Not very good to go straight to ad homs, huh? But but yeah, so maybe that's how he ended up on Jubilee. That's a question.
Okay,
I don't know
but I know that propelled him, because I know he was the one who was picked out by Destiny to go one-on-one with him, and then they had a kind of one-on-one debate, and that probably helped him propel him at least somewhat into his campaign.
Just out of nowhere, this guy came out of.
Anyway,
in that way, yeah.
Back to your story.
Yeah, so I don't like any candidate that gets endorsed by people like Nick Fuentes and Andrew Tate. I really don't. And I saw this guy's going to be in the Orlando area. I noticed it like a couple days like before he was there. And I was like, oh my God, I can't wait to interview him about this particular topic.
It was like a meet and greet?
It was a meet and greet at Taco Bell Cantina. Because he got kicked out of Waffle House, so he couldn't do any more.
What happened to Waffle House?
Yeah.
He would invite too many people to Waffle House, and like Waffle House was like, yo, we don't back your campaign, don't come here.
And who was showing up mostly? Was it just people like to meet him? Like,
yeah, a lot of like young supporters.
Mostly supporters?
Yeah.
So they're rallying they're getting together to like, all right, let's do this, guys.
Yeah.
Okay.
We'll get to this, but there's a lot of people in that video.
No. He packed that Taco Bell up. I'm not gonna lie, he packed that Taco Bell.
And most of those were just like supporters.
Yeah.
Okay.
Almost all supporters. I think I was the only one who didn't like him, besides one other guy that like I street interviewed beforehand.
Out of the shadows, a rising force of Hello, Mr. Fishback.
Yeah, so about Fishback, him in particular, besides the Fuentes endorsement, like looking up his Wikipedia, it's like kind of egregious. Like just like the stances, like the white supremacy, like signal boosting that he does. He has like these really crazy grooming allegations where like he met this girl when he was 26 and she was 16. Then when she was 17, they started dating, and they were so close, in fact, while dating, where her parents were telling him to back off from their daughter, and he threatened to sue her parents to get them to silence them. Yeah.
No way.
That's the kind of guy you want.
And then when she turned 18, they moved in together, but his biggest supporters would be like, that wasn't grooming. I'm like, this is common sense. You guys had a younger sister.
So he was like fending off the parents from the child.
Yeah.
Like I think what they call it is culling in the wild.
Dude, if you look up like some of the details there, a lot of the domestic stuff is sealed as far as like That's under like family law in the state of Florida, so you can't see the entire court case, unfortunately. But certain things you can get access to. If you look at some of the text messages, if you look at some of the accounts from like the girl,
You can see that stuff.
you can see some of that. Yeah,
Okay, so we could go on like and literally look at it.
dude, the text messages. All right. So people will say that he wasn't grooming her, right?
Yeah.
Which I don't know how you can even make that assertion that it wasn't grooming if he met her when she was 16 and he was 26. Then when she turns 18, they move in together when she turns 18.
Yeah.
That's a little crazy to say, oh, it wasn't grooming at all.
Yeah,
That's very naive and very
No,
close.
purely by the book. Ask my lawyers.
Yeah.
Right.
Small coincidence.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So she said in the court documents that they did sleep together before she turned 18. And like I 100% believe her. So yeah, the
What
court
is that, a
documents.
misdemeanor? Is that what is that? Is that a felony? What is that?
It might be a felony.
Okay.
I'm actually not sure.
Yeah.
I'm actually not sure.
With
It's definitely beyond Romeo and Juliet. He was 27. He was pushing 30.
Yeah. That's a grown
isn't that
man.
what you need the parents' consent? Isn't there something like that the parents say
That'd be
it's
weird.
okay?
That might be
a
Romeo
thing?
and
Isn't that-
Juliet.
isn't that-
Like if he was like,
That might be Shakespeare.
I think that if you're like 19 and you're dating like a 16 or 17-year-old, then like I think that's legal in the state of Florida.
17, 19.
But if you're
can't be too big of a gap.
30,
I see.
you're on the fast track to 30 at that point.
Yeah.
Bruh,
Okay.
you should
Yeah.
know better. Like,
Well, especially in the current political context, with
Yeah.
everything surrounding us.
yeah, this is not the 1940s anymore, bro.
Right.
Like, I know he wants to go back to there, but it ain't going back.
Yeah, we don't need to build another because he's a real young guy. We don't need to build an entire generation of future island boys.
Yeah, absolutely.
We don't need to build another political class of island boys.
And yeah, so a lot of court documents are pretty nuts. So she did not press charges as far as like grooming's not. I don't think that's a criminal charge. Grooming. I think it's just like an abuse tactic.
Yeah.
But like statutory rape is definitely something that's illegal in Florida. The case that he refers to and as biggest fans refer to is like, oh, he was exonerated in court. No, he wasn't. It was a restraining order the judge didn't allow because when he was cyber stalking her, he was kind of talking about work too because they were coworkers at the same time. So the judge was like, well, it's somewhat legitimate. And that's why he denied the
That's a
restraining
weak
order.
response anyway.
In the clip. Okay. So if I heard
yeah.
it correctly, that was one of my questions for you.
Yes.
Is that I thought when you were asking about the case that he said, oh yeah, like, well, if you knew anything about the case, you would know it was for cyber stalking.
Yeah,
But was it him cyber stalking her cyber stalking him?
it was him cyber stalking her.
Okay.
Right.
Bro, he was
That was
blowing
his
that
defense.
phone up. He's like, I'm gonna hurt myself. Don't go to HR about me. Don't go to HR about me. Can I come to your parents' house? Does your dad have a gun? It was like stuff like
These are
that.
the text messages
These are in the text messages.
that anybody can read.
You don't see all the phone logs. You don't see all of it. But from what's released online,
Yeah.
Where can people find this?
just Google it. And there are like a few articles you can look up.
Okay.
I wish if only I can provide a link to you guys.
Oh no, we'll put it.
yeah.
up.
I don't remember the URL, guys. I have not
No,
memorized
don't worry.
it.
We'll put it up. We'll put it up.
Yeah, I know. I think on my channel we're gonna do a dramatic reading of the text messages too,
Okay.
and it's
That's
gonna,
hilarious. Well, now we're
He's-
talking Shakespeare.
Yeah,
Dude, yeah, man. That's
because it's kind of wild.
yeah.
It's
this
like
is poetry in action.
Right.
yeah,
Theater in the theater in the round, man. Let's count me in.
yeah. So the entire case is like disgusting. Like how the judge
Yeah.
just denied the restraining order because it was somewhat work related. How he uses that restraining order case as like, oh, see, I was exonerated in court. It was never on trial for that.
His vibe is kind of
Never on trial for that. But he'll lie to your fucking face about it. Sorry for cussing again.
no. You can say whatever the
he'll
fuck
lie
you
to
want.
your freaking
no fucking
doggone face
You can
about
say whatever
it.
the fuck you want. We don't.
Okay.
Yeah.
And he'll just do it constantly. And his supporters will do it constantly. And I don't know if they're dumb or if they're just like also bad faith. I can't tell.
That's a great question.
Yeah. That's
Yeah.
a great question in the world.
Yeah.
For a lot of things. It's
That
like,
is
is
true.
everybody not know what's going on, or everybody does know, and it's just
Just kind of represses.
Yeah,
it.
it's more
Yeah.
convenient to just like lie to yourself and others. Yeah.
All right, so hit us with the story. You
All right.
you
Yeah,
went
yeah.
down at the.
Oh yeah. It was
You went downtown. There was a bunch of Fishback supporters who showed up, and mostly Groypers, Nick Fuentes fans.
yeah.
Because he got endorsed by Nick Fuentes, right?
He got Nick Fuentes and Andrew Tate and Tucker
Tate.
Carlson and Asmund Gold.
Because they're sort of like an alternate anti-establishment right wing.
Yeah, they're like
right
a
now.
lot more anti-Semitic than the average Republican is. I would say a lot more just like blatantly racist than average Republican is.
Yeah.
They skew younger.
It's more of the online, chronically online.
Chronically online.
Yeah. Kind of brain rotted.
Yeah.
Young but plugged in, but maybe a little too plugged in.
Yeah.
You know.
Yeah.
So like that Call of Duty lobby type plugged in.
It's very zoomery, and like
Right.
it's rough. It's rough to behold.
Yeah.
But yeah, so I got there close to the end. And I started streaming close to the end, and so I was like talking to some of the supporters. I was trying to fit in.
And you, because I talked to you, I think the day before, you kind of ran me through everything you just said. This is what's going on. I knew it was on your mind.
Yeah.
That was like the day before, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
So you had this thing lined up. It's very clear in the clip that you have it all lined up.
Yeah.
All right.
The perfect storm part is shouts out to some of the Fishback supporters. I was at No Kings the Saturday before. It was on a Monday, right? The Taco Bell Cantina. So I was at No Kings that Saturday, and then a bunch of Fishback supporters showed up at the end of No Kings to act like he got a lot of support at No Kings. And like there was like maybe like 12 of them with Fishback signs, just like flat sign waving. So during the live stream, I saw them and I was like, no way. It's my first time seeing Fishback supporters in the wild. So I talked to him about it. I'm like, hey, did you guys know that he groomed and statutorily raped a 17-year-old? And they're like, no, he got exonerated. And I was like, look at this talking point. I'm like, okay, this is the standard talking point they're going with. So
you did a little opera research on the field.
Yeah, it was perfect. It was the perfect storm. Because like when I got home, I was like, wait a second, this all sounds wrong. And I Googled it some more. And I'm like, oh no. Yeah, this is about cyber stalking and a restraining order. Has nothing to do with statutory rape. And he will always say that it's about that. It's not. And yeah, the judge is a sus guy. The judge is completely sus. So in his ruling, so he wasn't elected like average judges are. He was appointed by the governor.
DeSantis.
Yeah, he's appointed by DeSantis.
Yeah.
And he's like a very big like Republican loyalist. I'm not even saying that just to say that. Like literally, if you get appointed by DeSantis and then you like leave your post to help out the Trump not Trump campaign, but Trump administration, like literally just leave your post as a judge in Florida to help out the Trump administration. That's kind of nuts, you know? That's a certain level of loyalty to conservative belief and thought that's hard to deny. Where was I with this? Yeah, so at the Fishback event, I'm like, okay, which Taco Bell door is he gonna leave? Is he gonna leave out of that one or leave out of that one?
See.
So I got lucky and I picked the right door to leave.
And leaving out of. So you did your little game theory. So you've actually done stuff like this before a couple times. Didn't you arm wrestle Rosario or what's his name?
Enrique Tario.
Enrique Tario.
Throwback.
Yeah. You arm wrestled him at like a Waffle House or something.
Well, I mean,
right?
he backed off of arm wrestle. All right, so
is he?
I don't know how much detail I can give.
Is he like a fighter, boxer?
He's a Proud Boy. He's a Proud Boy leader.
He's a Proud Boy leader.
He was
a
a Jan 6 guy, jailed in Jan 6, I think.
Okay. Yeah, he was there at Jan 6. He tried to set a black church on fire.
Oh wow.
Yeah. And you arm wrestled him.
No. So like I challenged him to an arm wrestle because he was like, so it was CPAC 2021.
Yeah.
Forever. Damn, 5 years ago now. 5 years ago. And it was in Orlando back then.
Yeah.
In 2021. And there was I'm trying to think of how much I can talk about this.
Well, either way, this is all I'm saying is this is not exactly your first rodeo, as is very apparent in the clip. You look like you spent your whole life preparing for this moment.
It was promised to me 3,000 years ago.
This is like I was talking to somebody about it. It's like this is Taj in his absolute flow state. This is like all of his training just locked into place.
It just worked out so well for me. Just like talking to his supporters, like the supporters, you know.
But you had experiences with confronting people you vehemently disagreed with out in the wild, even big public figures like
Caitlin Bennett,
and you met some neo-Nazis once, right?
Yeah.
You were talking to the neo-Nazis, so you have some like experience with this. It's almost like a sport for you, I guess.
Yeah, I mean, I'm interested in it. Like, I realize that
passion
in this realm, a lot of people don't want to touch grass, or they're like hesitant to, or they're like real life barriers from touching grass.
Yeah,
I realize that like I'm in a very lucky position. You know?
Yeah.
Like I have the ability to go out to places. Living in Orlando, there's a lot of action here in Florida.
Yeah.
A blue dot inside of a red state. There's a lot of action. So like CPAC was here. Caitlin Bennett was here. I was able to like disrupt Caitlin Bennett's thing. Gosh, what else? All the anti-vaxxer stuff that was kind of fun to mess with. The Fishback stuff.
Political disruptor.
The DeSantis stuff. You know, there's a lot of stuff in Central Florida. Where if you, sorry, you're about to say something.
Oh no, sorry, I didn't mean to cut you off.
Oh no, it's all. There's a lot of stuff in Central Florida, in your Orlando area, where if you are willing to just touch grass and like go confront people face to face in person, that can like have like crazy effects. Congressman, the guy who's in Congress right now for our district, Maxwell Frost.
Yeah.
One of the biggest things, and I've talked to like the boomers, and this really galvanized the boomers for him. He snuck inside of a Ron DeSantis event. This must have been like 2022 when he was first running before he ever got elected. And before he got elected, he snuck into a DeSantis event, then confronted Ron DeSantis. Then Ron DeSantis was like, we don't want to hear from you. We don't want to hear from you. And he took that footage and used it in commercials.
Wow.
And he saw a spike in fundraising.
Yeah.
And, and like, you can't really do activity like this in like certain other places in the country. Like if I were in Alabama, like what action is there in Alabama? I don't really know.
Yeah.
I don't know what there is to do in different parts of like Massachusetts. Like what's going on in Massachusetts?
Yeah, Florida's a little bit of a, I mean, it's a purple state, especially Orlando, because
I was going to say, Orlando specifically. I've always said when people ask what Orlando's like, I'm like, it doesn't dominate in one cultural thing, but it has everything. So like whatever you're into, like if you're into skateboarding, you could probably find a skate scene. If you're into music, it's here. Yeah. But we're not known for probably either of those things.
Right.
Yeah. Or anything you could name.
Yeah. Well, just Disneyland, but that's Disney World.
We're known for the theme parks. Everything else though is here though.
There is a lot of stuff.
So it's very like
everyone winds up coming through Orlando.
Yeah.
Don't sleep on Orlando, guys.
I honestly love Orlando. Like legitimately. Like I really do. Like when people ask, do you like Orlando? I'm like, I love Orlando.
And like you said, politically, it is also super interesting because it's a blue island in a red state. Yeah, which I guess all like big cities are.
Yeah, true. Yeah,
but it's very it's very purple, you know.
Yeah, it's Orlando. Yeah, it's like, and that's what I like about it, you know. Like, so like if you're down to like go in person to places that, and if you have the means to do that, like I'm just blessed to have that. Then you can have a big impact. Everyone just confront. Like cross the lines and even have conversations with people.
Not be afraid.
Yeah, just not be afraid. Yeah. Yeah, that's how like I was able to like do so many CPACs. I think this year is the first CPAC I haven't been to in like 4
I heard it
years.
wasn't very exciting.
Yeah, it didn't seem that exciting.
Yeah.
It didn't seem that exciting. I didn't want to do all that in Texas.
Okay.
I love seeing you like, so would you consider yourself to be a political disruptor?
I think so.
Would you use that title? Like political disruptor?
Yeah, sure. Yeah, sure.
Yeah, like you're basically like there's figures out in the world that ask the tough questions. Yeah. So to speak.
On both sides, on all sides. Literally, yeah.
But that's the stuff like for me, I love like when I saw that video, I was like, yeah, man, like go Taj. Like, yeah. And what did you do? All you did is you just asked a simple question.
What's
it's all like but
it was a little
jarring. Wouldn't do that though.
Absolutely.
And I think that's because I think about that in the flow of the structure of society. It's because if you think of it all as like a strategy game, it's repercussions. Yeah. So even people that are feeling what you're feeling, a lot of people wouldn't actually go out and actually do that or say it publicly. Yeah. It's even though they agree.
It's not the safest game in the world to play. Exactly. Like I have gotten death threats.
Not for the faint of heart.
Like literally, like literal death threats. Like no, Fishback himself, besides saying that I should be lynched. Right. Yeah, later on in the video, like I asked him about. I think I was very crass when I did it because like I knew that if I wasn't crass, then I would not get a reaction really, and I don't want him to have control of that of the conversation, which he tried to do multiple times.
All right, so hit us with the moment.
Give us the rundown, man.
Yeah. So when I went to him, I was like, "Hey, Mr. Fishback, what's with you and your allegations of
you just found the right exit?" Yeah, and this is at Taco Bell.
Oh yeah. No, I just weave through the audience. Yeah, you can
kind of see that in the video. You pop up in there,
dude.
Yeah,
and I'm like, this is perfect.
Some would say this was almost as if, or not even almost. This was your destiny.
Yeah,
this moment. Yeah, like, this was for those that believe in fate and destiny. This was
his fate, my destiny.
Your divine. This is your divine design, man, right here.
Maybe Fishback's destiny too.
Time will tell.
Yeah. So yeah, it was just kind of like, of course, there's like a big crowd. He draws big crowds of young voters, and I weaved through there, and I was like, "Hey, Mr. Fishback, what's with you and the allegations of you dating and sleeping with a 16 or 17-year-old? Can you tell me more about that?" And like, I panned the camera to his face, and you could see like the microtransactions, the micro expressions in his face, like.
That is something we have to talk about in a second, because like the amount of weird, like,
I saw it too.
The weird, like, sociopathic twitches happening in his face while he was trying to literally take control of the conversation through like this weird intimidation thing. Yeah, I don't know what it was, but like he thought he could just literally like mentally dominate the situation. Yeah, and it was so fun to see what happened.
Yeah. it must have been such a jarring experience for him. Just like the high of being inside of a Taco Bell and everybody inside the Taco Bell
every day.
loves you.
Yeah. He was high. He was high on his own supply.
High off that. And so I just like kind of knocked him down.
Yeah.
And like he was just like, and like people that like adore him and haven't even heard about these allegations were listening in an earshot.
Yeah,
you know. And plus he knows he's on camera because I have the camera to his face.
And you were very polite when you were like, excuse me, Mr. Fishback. Like, you have very smooth entry, you know?
Yeah.
If you were diving, I'd give you like a 10 out of 10. Like, no splash.
Thank you.
Just slept right in there. And he was like, and you could see his political mind like twitching. He was like, oh, I got this. He was like, I got this under control. This guy is kind of a hothead. He's got a lot of energy. Yeah. I'm gonna nail this thing. I'm gonna put him right back in his spot. Hit me with everything you got.
Yeah.
But Taj, I think
and then you hit him.
Blindsided. Yeah. Caught him off guard.
Yeah.
I don't think he was ready.
He was not.
He thought
ready
he was. Yeah.
Obviously, everybody's cheering in the crowd. You get,
yeah,
so to speak. Taco Bell's like, everybody's
the
going
Taco
like,
Bell.
Dude, no, I'm saying like that was a rally. Like from now what I understand, like it's really a rally for like
for him. Yeah.
Yeah, he's like
that's like a big party for him.
Big deal, man.
But I think you even threw off the people surrounding him too. Like, anyway.
Yeah, they couldn't tell until I started like really drilling in there.
Right.
And so he's like, what are you talking about? I was like, yeah. So there's a girl. I mentioned the girl's name. And I think me name dropping her messed with him even more. There's a guilty conscience in there. There's a guilty conscience in there, son. And so I was like, yeah. So like, and he's like,
what if a total stranger came up to you and like talked about like some really complicated, nasty situation you have with like an ex, and you're also criminal about it, you know, and you're running for office, and your whole life is on the teetering. Your life is teetering between literally taking off to the point of you could become president of the United States. Yeah. You could become the most powerful person in the world if you play your cards right. Yeah. But then again, this dark, like brooding, guilty conscience is then brought up by a stranger who you've never seen in your entire life. When you're in this high moment.
It's like that must have.
And his mind, you have to put him into fight or flight moment, you know, because he's like, I must, like, he probably had prepared for this a little bit, but the thing is, you out prepared him.
Yeah, no. I would put my money on there was no way going to that night that was foreseen. A moment,
right?
Like to walk in.
He had his talking points, but he wasn't ready to be hit on the spot in the nose
like that. Yeah.
Right.
He wasn't ready to take a face, man.
Yeah,
which was you out of nowhere.
Yeah,
slyly through the crowd, anticipating the door he's gonna exit. And dude coming out,
it's like the wrong one.
Excuse me, sir. Like, and then it's just like, man, yeah. No, that was.
Thank you.
Yeah, that was like actually like it's just like I couldn't believe it. I saw it like no way, man.
Yeah, but everything you did, and I think we'll show. I think we'll either link the clip or we'll show the clip. Yeah. But the way that you're like. Everything about that moment was so perfect in the video, including like the camera tilting and all this kind of stuff. That was the most hilarious point because like there's this meta awareness that you have when you're doing the interview, where you're talking to him and then you're not even answering him, you're just talking straight to the camera, and then you have like the hilarious comebacks, which a little bit not safe for work. But.
Yeah. I had to get in there and be crass a little bit.
Yeah, you were crass. Yeah, you kind of mounted the pressure in the very subtle but exponential way. Yeah, and just totally teeter. I mean, you're doing sumo, right? It's kind of like a sumo match. Yeah. You kind of get in there.
That momentum. Yeah.
It brings up another point though, because I think when you walk in as a political figure, you have to always be ready for that. Like, I mean, you can never expect. Dude, in a million years, would you have ever expected that? Probably not.
Not with that.
Is something that could have significant impact and influence on what you're doing on your rise,
entire career.
You have to be ready. You got to be ready for it at all times.
And I showed that to a couple of people, and people I showed it to, regardless of where they felt politically, I think a lot of people actually that I know actually even liked him. But when you threw him off like that, and then. Let me not jump ahead. You go ahead and finish the thing.
So walking us through.
I guess after I like kind of slid in there, I did ask him the class question. I was like, the famous missionary backshots question. I was like, so Mr. Fishback, was it missionary backshots when you slept with that 17-year-old?
Were you planning that question?
I did plan that.
Nice.
That was premeditated. That one was premeditated.
I mean, that's preparation, right? Debate, right?
Yeah.
And this is not just debate. This isn't like we're in a college hall, you know, hey, excuse me. No, this is like street level, nighttime, you know, everything's on the line debate type thing.
Yeah. So he's like, I don't want you talking about women. He tried to take the sanctimonious route. And like he's like, I don't want you talking about women like that in our state ever again. And I was like, I turned the camera, I was like, I don't want you smashing girls, teenage girls in our state ever again. And I just kind of made fun of him like that. And then like, so I was like, promise me. I tried to fist bump him. I was like, no more smashing girls. And like after that, he's like, you should be lynched. You should be lynched for lying about me like that.
So that is what he said.
He said.
I kept playing back the video because I saw in the comments somebody said, I can't believe he said that.
Yeah, no, that's what he said.
Back. Like he said you.
Yeah, he said
like,
you should be lynched.
It's plain as day in the video. He says it twice.
Yeah. No, okay.
Yeah.
Okay, so he said that.
Yeah.
Yeah, because he has this moment he freezes.
You got him, man.
You got him.
Yeah.
He freezes, and then you could tell his whole like something snaps in him.
Yeah.
And then he kind of backs off. He's like, "You should be lynched. You should be lynched." And he kind of gets overexcited. He thinks he's in Call of Duty lobby again.
Yeah.
He forgets that he's on like in a public space.
Taco Bell in 4K.
Yeah, guys, habits matter. This is what you got to watch if you're going to run for governor. You got to watch what you say behind the screens, man. What you say on 4chan, if you say it too often, you might start saying it in real life. So watch out if somebody confronts you and brings up your darkest demons.
Yeah,
you're going to pop off and you're going to start saying what you say.
The video's educational.
Right.
Like really, if you take it from like, there's so many educational points that everybody can learn from in this video.
Yeah.
Definitely. Yeah, really.
Like,
really.
do not
do
that.
But you expose them because like if you were to push somebody else to their limits, they might say like, fuck you fucking asshole, you know.
Yeah. Or but they wouldn't say
they
wouldn't
say that.
Like, that's I've never heard anybody say it in my life. Like as an insult to somebody. Like, you should be lynched.
Right.
Like I've never heard that ever in my life. I've read it. I've seen it in old stories.
The only way that you would say that is if you're saying that to other people behind closed doors. Yeah. If that's your headspace.
Yeah.
If that's not your headspace.
No, that's just what came out.
You don't say that.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah. You'd say like, imagine.
Because what you did is you broke him down to a subconscious level because you put him into a fight or flight mode where he lost inhibitions or he began disinhibiting.
I'm here at my rally.
Right.
Or at the rally, talk about everybody. Yeah, no, that all in that moment was gone.
Yeah. You sort of eliminated the dog whistle and just exposed whatever he was. Yeah.
And that was it's wild, man.
Yeah.
That's what was inside.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, he was playing with racism his entire campaign. Like he was calling Byron Donalds Byron, like Tyrone, but his name's Byron. It's not like Byron.
Okay. Yeah.
I think they called him. And he called him like things like APAC Shakur, which is kind of funny, but like it's just like
that's nowhere near as like
the punchline is you're black, and that's
right.
like
that doesn't
the
seem like that seems like that seems like edgy.
You need to be you
should be lynched.
You should be lynched. Is like
lynched. Yeah.
Imagine that. That's like, why would he? We need to break that down. Why would he say that line to Taj specifically?
Do we need to break that down?
No, but I'm saying like it's like when he said you should be lynched. It's like, what if it was a Caucasian or Hispanic? Would he have said that?
No, of course not.
Okay,
would he say that?
Yeah, right. That's the thing. Like, because that.
And what emboldened him to say that too? Was it? What do you think? When you said that, do you think was he just being unhinged and like loose and like a loose cannon, like he thought he could just get away?
Too used to it.
Do you think he was playing to his base in some weird way in his head?
Nah, I think he just got too used to it. He got in his head like that. I think me saying her name and like the emotional high and low, because he is someone that I think might. People say, "Oh, he's a narcissist." He might actually be a narcissist.
Oh, based on his like weird expressions, his weird aggressive like.
Yeah.
You know, like his way of trying to control you with his micro facial expressions. Yeah. I think anybody who saw that was like, this guy's weird. Like,
There's something bizarre.
There's this weird
things.
There's this weird controlling energy where he has this hyper confidence in himself that he can control the situation, but then he can like get you to submit to whatever stupid shit he's gonna say.
Yeah.
And I think anybody recognizes that. But the fact that you're bringing up like the fact that you're bringing up like a minor that he slept with,
which was also allegedly that was his girlfriend.
Sort of his,
like that was, it wasn't just, it was like that's a sore spot for.
Well, and I'm saying the fact that he was being weird and like having these micro facial expressions of Those raising his head at you and just kind of like tilting his head and just these weird little expressions that are kind of, I think most people would recognize as this weird kind of manipulative kind of thing. Yeah. And when in the context of you talking about a minor that he was with, that he harassed and did not treat well, I think it's pretty easy to put two and two together and understand like, oh, this guy makes perfect sense. This he's fitting a mold, so
Well,
and then when he blew up and said that thing, then at that point it's almost like a confirmation.
The rest of the interaction was so weird that
I didn't see the rest of it.
Oh really? Yeah, sorry. I need to release the entire live. It's like a 45-minute live. But it's mostly like it's like 10 minutes of Fishback. Yeah. And the rest is like talking to supporters and stuff.
The supporters were taking him back. They were almost watching, I feel like.
Some of them liked it, other ones were like,
because I couldn't tell from the video they were all on his side. It was just a big moment.
No, they were all on the side.
Yeah, but I think you just were so hilarious that they couldn't help but to kind of just like lean in and just listen.
Yeah.
But what's something I also found interesting was, even though everybody there was sort of listening, nobody really stood up and said, "Hey," except for like one guy.
There was someone in the audience?
One guy was like, "Hey man, take a hike." I'm saying besides that, out of all the other people, you were saying what you were saying and everybody's just kind of like taking it in.
Yeah.
Nobody was like, "No, man, you need to get out of here." There's one guy that I saw.
Oh no, it was like 3 people on the security team.
Okay.
So I saw that part of the video. You got to talk about this.
Yeah.
So now, so have we covered the story? Anything else you want to add to the the viral moment itself? Anything else?
That was the most viral moment. There's a little bit more where like
I want to get to the aftermath, but that was
the aftermath. Okay, let's do it.
So now we're gonna move to the aftermath, because the aftermath is more interesting in certain ways, because that's where it became. So basically, this event became so big. I mean, it didn't make national news, but it made national internet news.
Yeah,
it was all over the internet.
Millions of views.
Millions and millions of views, and to the point it got covered by like major podcasts. It got covered by Patrick Bet-David.
Yeah,
a couple of days ago. We could talk about that. And then it got covered by, but it got so big that Fishback himself, I believe, first of all, his chances of winning went down 5%.
Oh gosh, yeah.
In like 2 days from the moment that
video,
it went from like 10% to 5%.
No way.
Yeah, so it had an impact.
Yeah, this was a big.
Wow. And then but then he himself, it got to a boiling point where he had to address it and pivot his entire campaign in order to address what everybody was talking about.
It was disrupted. Like,
that was a political disruptor. Man.
Yeah, because I think the next week he was supposed to announce, or maybe even that week he was supposed to announce the lieutenant governor pick, like who he wanted as a running mate for like a lieutenant governor is kind of like vice governor. You know.
Yeah.
I don't think he's made that announcement yet. And this was
it's
early
pretty bad, because you might find that group of gripers who are going to think that that's based, and you definitely will. A lot of people will see that and think, "Oh, dude, that's my guy." There's a small percentage of people who will be so excited by the fact that he said that, and they'll be just energized to be like, "I'm going to the grave with this dude."
Yeah.
But I think a significantly larger proportion of people, like sane, rational people, will be like, "That's not good."
Yeah.
And will disavow him very quickly.
Yeah.
But he had to address this whole thing.
Yeah, and he did a shitty job of addressing it.
Bad job.
He doubled down. This guy doubled down. So in writing, this guy, like, because I mentioned I was blocked by him on Twitter after posting the video, and he like takes a picture of me tweeting, "James Fishback blocked me." He's like, "I blocked you because you got in my face and you assaulted my security." And
that's what he said you did.
Yeah,
Assaulted?
He said I assaulted his security officer.
Well, we could see the video.
It's evidence of the otherwise. Even the video he posted was evidence of the contrary.
Yeah.
No, I saw the video, and the video, like the security officers is literally like screaming at you, getting in your face, and then pushing you away.
Yeah,
and your hands off like this.
Yeah.
Right.
No, in situations like that, because I've done a lot of counter protests where I'm surrounded by Republicans.
Yeah,
or surrounded by like opposing.
This was like what Jubilee wishes they were.
Yeah,
this is the surrounded.
And like if you are,
this is like R-rated.
By yourself, surrounded by 50+ people,
and their leader says we should lynch him.
Yeah, and like
that's like Holy shit.
Yeah, people online were like, why didn't he punch him after saying that? I would have punched him. No, the fuck you won't.
Yeah.
No, or if you did, don't do it. Or if you would have, don't do it.
Yeah.
Because like it's gonna be you versus 50 plus people.
Well, yeah.
Multiple people are armed and you're unarmed, and all you have is a camera. Like
I'm with you on that.
The restraint, your restraint was really good afterwards.
Yeah, man.
Oh yeah, like in situations like that, you really have to like know how much you can tolerate.
Right.
And like, yeah, you cannot fight back in that regard.
No.
Like the only way you have the upper hand is if you don't swing.
Yes.
Like even if you get jumps, like literally just curl up and like just take that shit.
Were you expecting anything?
For the most part, no. There was one point where one of the supporters like confronts me and like he taps me from behind, and I'm like, who the? And he's like, you better get out of here. And I'm like, I turn around, I'm like, who the fuck are you? And like he's standing in a way where he's like hiding his hand behind his jacket. He's like, I'm gonna be a real fucking problem for you. And like if someone says, I'm gonna be a real fucking problem for you, and they're hiding their hand behind
that's a threat.
It's like, yo, I felt something in my chest.
That's a physical violence threat.
Yeah.
Yeah.
State of Florida, that's assault, by the way, if you threaten violence and you pose in a way like you might actually carry it out. But yeah, I felt something in my chest that might have been like a panic attack. I don't know.
Yeah.
But I could not visibly have a panic attack.
Okay, so you literally got physically threatened by one of his supporters.
Oh yeah, this is after being pushed by the guards.
So that same night, you had a guy come up to you with a knife behind his back, or some kind of weapon, presumably.
I don't know.
What appeared to be a weapon.
Yeah, and I talked to him on a Twitter space. His name's Alfonso Mattarella. He's running for mayor in Kokomo, Indiana.
That sounds perfectly right. Yeah.
The guy running for mayor
in Kokomo, Indiana, drove all the way down to Florida for Fishback.
Oh, and he was broke his poor little heart. That's so sad.
Yeah. Oh my!
He was there, and
no way. That's the guy that threatened you.
Yeah.
Running for mayor.
I know his name. Oh
my god.
Yeah.
Like imagine when you like. So all right, about all the things that you know with the
you ruined his whole night, man. He just wanted to be there and just beat his idol Fishback, and you had to bring up the fact that he was a rapist and a super racist dude.
Yeah, like even if you think like she's lying about it, even though she has no incentive to lie about it, she made those court statements before he was running for governor. There's no money she could have gone out because it's public knowledge he's like $2 million in debt. He has no money.
Yeah.
But I would like to see a breakdown of this from somebody who actually knows debate, because that's got to be like a textbook like dismantling. I mean, it's not debate. It's more like, what do you call that? Where it's like
English interview. Or...
It's like antagonistic debate. You know?
Have you ever seen those action movies when like Chuck Norris comes in and like levels like 10 guys, and then he just is like just does a pose, and it's like, all right, that's.
You like push the button and
metaphorically,
all just went,
Taj went in there and literally like Silver Surfer from X-Men, like the freezes, just runs around and just slaps everybody in the face, and then time catches back up and they're all like, whoa.
All the stormtroopers took a step back to watch the boss battle.
Yeah. Dude. Oh man. Yeah, but no, like that was a power move, man.
Yeah,
that's a power move.
It's a wild time.
Make sure you don't kick.
Oh, sorry. I really appreciate everybody like showing support of this.
Yeah,
it has been kind of wild. Like the hate has kind of gotten to me a tad bit. You can't let it get to you visibly.
So let's talk about the hate then.
Yeah.
So there was a lot of love. We talk about the love afterwards, but naturally, of course, you got a ton of hate. It's inevitable. This is a controversial. I mean, this is how you. This is kind of how you get clicks. I mean, and you weren't looking for clicks necessarily.
Yeah. I just don't like corporate candidates, and like I think Fishback is the worst candidate running for Florida.
Yeah,
the worst. You know, and I saw that he was getting a lot of traction with young people, and I was like, I don't like this at all. I don't like this at all, gang. Like, so I was like, yeah, like of course I'm gonna bring this up. Like, of course you're on my shit list.
But this is kind of your. But so. There's a lot of hate in like the literal, I think, legal sense here.
No. If you say you should be put to death to somebody, if you're a public figure and you tag somebody on Twitter and you're like, you should be put to death for lying about me,
that's worse than what like
that's
the top guy. That's worse than what like Trump or Elon are doing. That's like even more direct than some of the stuff.
When Trump and Elon do it, it's just very indirect, right? Like go to the Capitol and let your thoughts be heard, right? Then you have people saying, hang Mike Pence. Mike Pence is getting in the way of your democracy.
Yeah, it's a lot more subtle.
Like,
it's not subtle, but it's more subtle than that. That is way too bare.
Right. you should be lynched.
Yeah.
Like
I should be lynched.
you.
Then he doubled down and said I should be put to death.
Oh,
and then it got like 10,000 likes and like some like 500 retweets, maybe more now.
Online to
He
you?
said that
He
online.
said that online
because he quoted the Bible. I remember now.
Yeah.
Did he quote like
He said that to you online. I missed all that.
He said to me online.
Unraveling to me in like new information.
Yeah, it's nuts.
So this guy
was that after. That was after.
It was after, yeah. Okay. So that was Monday of that week, and on Friday that week he
put to death for
like
that's that says everything.
Yeah, but it's like, yo,
it says everything about the kid.
If you have like a lot of followers,
and he quoted the Bible.
And like you,
no, he said
he literally quoted Deuteronomy.
It was Deuteronomy. He was like, according to Deuteronomy, you should be put to death.
Dude's a fucking idiot. Like, I don't understand how you're so wrong about so many things. You lie about me assaulting your camera guy, which the video shows otherwise. That like it's evidence of like them doing battery upon me.
Yeah,
you misrepresent the Bible, despite like whining about the word Judeo and Judeo-Christian.
He's not the only one misrepresenting.
Yeah.
But
Christian nationalists, by the way.
Let's go. Yeah.
Go to church every Sunday, by the way. Like,
that's a bad look. I mean, I'm not personally Christian, but if I were, I would disavow that because if you're going to take your worst elements and then use like the Bible to
justify.
That's in a way blasphemous, borderline blasphemous.
To take yourself at the lowest moment in your most hated moment and use it to like condemn death on somebody who just called you out.
It's extreme.
Yeah.
I mean, that's not a very strong endorsement of maybe Christian values.
Yeah. Yeah, nuts.
At least not the Christianity that I knew.
Yeah. Or even free speech. I thought you guys were so pro First Amendment.
Yeah.
Oh, I said something you don't like, so now I should be put to death?
Yeah,
you know, like
extreme.
That's nuts to me.
Yeah,
it's like it's as if these motherfuckers have no value. Yeah. Like not value, but values, like no integrity in like what they actually believe.
With the Christian thing, if you were a Christian, would you not say my actions were completely out of line? I was made false accusations against me and I blew up and I said something very inappropriate.
Yeah.
And I should never have said that. And this is what I'm going to do to rectify it because what I did was wrong. Would that not be a more Christian response?
Yeah.
I was going to ask that.
James Fishback.
What I was going to take away from this whole conversation so far up to this point, I was going to say, what if he just came out and told everybody, hey, this is what happened. This is like, just truthfully, I did this. I made this decision. I don't like stand by it today. I apologize for it. I'm sorry for it. Took accountability. Do you think that would just be like the better route to go? And then handling like
actually, this is an interesting question. Like politically, Taj, what do you think?
What
if you're taking the completely individualistic, amoral suggestion?
Like I made a mistake. I'm sorry.
That is obviously obviously the moral stance is to say like I'm sorry, et cetera, et cetera.
Yeah.
But in terms of a political individualist stance, which unfortunately we have to like look at that angle, which I think is the only thing that most of these guys are doing.
Yeah, I think politically. He's talking out of two sides of his mouth right now about this.
Right. I saw you went to a black church and
he went to a black church.
That was so weak.
Yeah, like a couple days later, he was like, "Yeah." So Friday,
this is good.
He's like, "You should get." He's like doubling down on the death threats, right? Okay. Doubling down on Friday. Which Saturday he goes to an all-black church in Spring Hill, Florida.
And that's stochastic terrorism. That's what that
literally
is.
Stochastic terrorism. Thank you.
That's saying something when you have a following and just something. He is literally putting your life in danger in the most direct way possible.
The likelihood of violence going against me has increased
and this has become normalized.
Yeah.
That's because over the past 10 years, this has become like a normal thing. This used to be. I mean, if this had happened 10 years ago, it would have been national news. It would have hit everything, and he would have been completely gone. But this slow increasing of the temperature of the frog pot or whatnot, it's made it so that he could just perform a little stochastic terrorism. It's bad politically, but it puts your life in literal danger.
Literal danger.
I saw your Instagram, and there's all these people showing up on the Instagram like, oh yeah, they after he posted about your Twitter. All of these randos found your Instagram and they started saying that you should be lynched on the Instagram.
No
way.
Yeah.
Oh, I didn't
on
see
Twitter, on TikTok,
no way, man.
I haven't really checked Facebook like that. On Instagram, like people are like, you should be put to death. You should be lynched. You bared false witness. That should incur the death penalty. Wherever does that incur the death penalty, you weirdo?
Yeah.
I should be lynched. Someone tweeted out, if James Fishback told me to, I'd rape you. Like literally,
I feel like enter that into a court of law because,
definitely rape threats, man.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh.
So it's
that's I didn't know half of this. I didn't know all this.
Did you get DMs about this stuff?
Not so much. I think my DMs on Instagram and Twitter are closed, or I can like choose to open them.
Right.
But like just as raw tweets. People are making TikToks and they're like, I remember there's this one Zoomer guy, and like he like was talking about it. He's like, you know what? He should be put to death, and he's like saying it so comfortably and casually from his couch. And I'm like,
guys,
and I'm like,
it's like 2026. Like, we made it.
Yeah, I love the First Amendment, but if someone says something I don't like, he should be put to death, guys. Yeah, like
it's bizarre.
It is. It's insane.
Black and white.
The anti-censorship folks.
Well, like, if you break it down like black and white, and you're like, okay, let's simplify this and explain it to elementary school level. Taj showed up, asked some questions they didn't like, and they're saying, hey, you should be put to death.
Yeah.
Is that am I right, or have I got the story mixed?
Right. And not only like death, like lynching is insanely lynching is an insanely graphic and charged thing to say in America.
Yeah. No, I don't
is that
like
what happened? More like something.
Yeah, pretty much. Yeah.
You said you brought up a sore point. Obviously, that was like that's the what do you call it? The vulnerable point.
Yeah.
In Mike Tyson's Punch Out. When the boxers get vulnerable, you knock them out. Like it's their weak spot. It's the weak spot.
Yeah. I mean, to be fair, what you did was insanely brave, but also stupid as fuck. Because if you had done that 50 years ago, you might literally just been killed.
Oh my God. And maybe even.
Yeah.
Well, that's what I'm saying. Like, and you wouldn't have had like if you had done that 50 years ago, it's almost or 100 years ago. That's almost
no cell phone cameras.
No cell phone cameras without all of this, without all the conversations people have been having for their entire lives. Yeah. I mean, you could have, that could have happened without anything, any kind of provocation. But so it's,
I thought too, it was like, I didn't understand I didn't understand the next couple days.
Yeah.
I thought this happened and it was like, he blocked you and it's like, oh yeah, whatever. I didn't realize it was reposting it to you.
And
going to the black church.
You went to the black church and
he tried to like wash that stuff.
But he did such a bad job, dude.
Yeah.
It was embarrassing,
Is there
dude.
Footage of him at the black church? Like, how do you guys know?
Because it's Easter weekend, right?
Yeah.
So he had footage of him at the black church, like praying and like hugging like a person.
These nice old black ladies who obviously don't know what's going on.
Right. Like my grandma's on Twitter.
That's him proving he's not racist.
Yeah.
Or like there's nothing, right?
Are we really falling for this? Like
the biggest suckers in the world might be. I don't know.
Right. The funny thing is here's the funny thing about the internet these days, and specifically the Nick Fuentes Groyper types. I feel like those guys, they'll be like, yeah, you should be put to death. America needs to be cleansed. We need to be able to say, this is what's making America great, is the fact that we can just put these death threats out there. This is what we need. But then they'll see him going to a black church and talking to black people, and they'll be like, see, he's not racist. And they'll say that from one second to the other. It's like, dude, I want to respect you and have a calm conversation, but like there's so little consistency. It makes it impossible to have a conversation because you're not even saying the same thing. You're saying I want blatant uncouth racism, and then you're saying no, I don't want racism, he's not racist. And it's like, well, which one is it? We can't have a conversation until you decide which one it is. And if you're just one way behind closed doors and a different way out in public, then are you not just a piece of shit?
Yeah.
Is that not what you are? How can I not deduce that that's what you are?
Yes.
Isn't that right?
Yeah. Yeah.
Guys who know nothing have debunked the case. And if there's any other cases out there that you need debunked, submit your stories. All right, let's continue.
Okay. Yeah. So like, I appreciate the love though. I really will say like, just different people coming out of the woodwork being like, yo, like you did good work. I support that. Like Primmy Sterling, I think that's how you pronounce his name. Like, you know, the guy on TikTok who like makes posts from his car. I like him a lot. Me and my brother watch his content.
Okay.
He DM'd me. He was like, yo, man, good work, man. If you're in South Florida, I'll buy you lunch, bro. And I was like, thank you, man. Like,
yeah.
That was cool.
Let's talk. Okay. So we did the hate. Did we cover everything in terms of the hate?
Most of it, pretty much all the
pretty much, It's pretty self-explanatory. You threw him. I think his campaign's over, and everybody in the comments was saying his campaign's over. I checked his Instagram, and all of his Instagram posts are like, "Dude, I liked you, but like that's crazy." And a lot of people
is the source that brought it all to light.
He could have said anything in the world, you know. He really could. Like, if someone runs up to me and calls me a pedophile, I'm gonna laugh at you,
right?
Yeah. Like, no, it was the way. That's the first thing I noticed about the video. I was like, it was the way that he was responding to you. And like when you said, so what can you tell me about it? Or asking like if it was true. He said, well, if it was true, why didn't I get arrested or something like that? Or
It's
why?
I think everybody unanimously was like, that's a weak response.
Yeah.
People were like, that's a
Someone said that's
Right.
not, and someone in the comments said that's not the flex he thinks it is.
That's a very suspicious
Yeah.
response. Like, that's so suspicious.
Oh man.
I murdered somebody, then show me the body. I'm like,
Yeah. It was,
I saw the only funny thing that I saw people kept going to in terms of like a clip, like aside from just being like a racist person, the only thing I saw that could keep going back to was like that you had made, which is the same thing Fishback went to. He sort of guided them in that direction, which is that you had made illusion with an eye to, you know, sexual acts of the minor through what you were saying.
yeah.
But like,
That's a criticism.
it's a criticism. That's a real criticism. But I just know that we're out in the streets here, and you pretty much, I think the fruit of what you did there sort of covered your method. I think that ends justified the means in that sense.
I admit it was crass, you know, like people did have issues. I understand the issue with it, but like my thing is, man, like
that was clearly done as a provocative way to rile him up and get under his skin.
Yeah, cause like if someone like that controls the entire conversation, then like they're just gonna like manipulate the hell out of it.
Well,
like when he's asking like, oh, like, well, what was the case about? What was her name? And I said, yeah, her name was this name. Can you for it? Like, oh yeah, that was a cyber stalking case and a restraining order case, not about statutory rape, you know? So he wants to like play in the darkness and woods and stuff. So I'm like, all right, bitch, you're not doing that with me. Like,
you know what? I really like it. I think that I like that you took that route, because what the problem is right now is you have these gripers and you have these internet dwellers and all of these young people who just, you know, they just blurt out everything they want on video games. They're on whatever message boards online. They say things behind closed doors. They say everything. And the whole idea is I'm uncensored. I could say whatever I want. And all I want is to bring this to the surface so that general society it can speak the way that I'm speaking. Yeah. And I think even through Fishback's mannerisms and the way he felt like he was going to control that situation and bring you back down, what he's expecting is this cordial, mutual respect, diplomatic, lawyerly conversation where he's going to say, well, show me the proof for what you have. Well, there's no proof of that. Well, sir, I beg to differ that what you're saying is absolutely ridiculous. And you can't prove that I did what I did. And I would ask you to step back and reconsider your thoughts. And you'd be like, well, I guess, you know, you're wrong, but okay, I'll back off. No, but in this modern age of just completely unhinged behavior and saying anything you could possibly say whenever you want to say it, in order to fight that, you have to unhinge yourself to some degree. It's like if somebody's fighting you with a brass knuckle, you can't go in there with just your bare fists and then say, you know, oh, I'm just going to slap him and then maybe I can win a slapping fight. No, you're going to fucking lose the slapping fight. Yeah. You don't have to go in there with a bigger weapon. You can still take a higher road, but you do have to admit the person you're facing. You have to understand them psychologically, understand their limits, understand their subliminal message as well, which is that I want an uncensored world where I can say whatever I want and there's no consequences. And you sort of have to step into their space. And it's like, if you want a world where there's no consequences for anything I say, let's enter that world, because everybody can do this, you know. But if you're gonna, so anyway, that's what I like about what you said, because you're clearly saying what you said in jest, but what you're doing is you're endorsing a method, like a rhetoric, a rhetoric that connects and that is effective against these folks.
Yeah, and I think that you as a film guy and you as a music guy, right? Yeah. I think sometimes when you're trying to convey a message, sometimes the use of vulgarity is useful. Like, say if like you're watching like a film about war, and like you convey like just a horrible, gross message, dark message that kind of like leaves like the viewers just kind of like shook, right? Yeah. And like sometimes crass, like there's a use for vulgarity, like excessive vulgarity, not so much. But don't try to be like respectability politics with me when you have an endorsement from a guy. You're proud for that Andrew Tate endorsement, and this guy's a sex trafficker.
Andrew Tate is a literal sex trafficker, and he's proud of it.
Yeah, like you got endorsed by Nick Fuentes.
He's a proud Nazi.
And he called me the hard R plus the F slur, you know? And like you're trying to... Nick Fuentes did do that to me, by the way. And
you talked to Nick?
I did talk to Nick
Fuentes. I thought you might have talked to him.
I did talk to Nick Fuentes.
And he called you... Hey, well, tell us about that a little bit.
I don't know. He called me a nigger effer, okay? Like...
What?
F rhymes with swagget.
Oh, no, that's what he called you?
He called me that, yeah.
In person?
Online.
Oh, online.
Over Discord.
I see.
Yeah, like Politically Revoked had a lot of crazy guests on there, but
Are there like a lot? You know, it's interesting. I don't think that the Girl Rapers are not just white boys, is it? It's a lot of white boys.
Yeah, they're Latino Grapers, they're Black Grapers, they're probably I've never seen an Asian Graper.
Are they off put by this at all, or are they just like what is it
it's real life cognitive dissonance going on. Like I think they legitimately think, okay, this guy wants an all white nation, but that includes me.
What's up with that?
They legitimately some of them are as dark as me, and they like the all white nation includes me.
Do they think that?
Yeah, they think that.
Is it because they're a guy?
What's the one Dave Chappelle character?
But he was blind. Like these guys have no excuse.
Black KKK member.
Yeah, like, what was his name? Was that Tyrone Bigsby? No.
Tyrone Bigsby.
Yeah, that sounds right. Clayton Bigsby.
Clayton Bigsby. Was
Something
that
like that.
Something like that.
He was like the racist guy.
Yeah. I mean, they aren't blind. Like they.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah. It's very weird.
You know what it is? I think it's the internet culture not having. I think what a lot of it is just guys who are trying to connect with other guys, like dudes who don't have enough social skills to go out there and connect on like certain levels. So they have to connect on a hateful, bottom of the barrel. Like again, internet culture, gaming culture level.
Yeah.
When you're playing a video game, the name of the game, especially in like proxy chat, is to be as vulgar as humanly possible. And that's funny. It's just funny. And the thing is, in video games, nothing bad can really happen. You can up your KD, you can lower your KD. You might
KD? I don't know. I don't.
You might cry, but the worst thing that's going to happen is you're going to cry and get your feelings hurt, but you can come on the next day. But the problem is understanding the real difference between like the video game world and the internet world and the real world. And it's just really hard to explain to somebody that you have to have like a certain education to realize that explicit speech like that, especially hateful speech, bears. It's been around forever, and what it leads to is violent action. Once it becomes normalized, you inevitably, once everybody feels emboldened to say hateful stuff, the next question is, well, who's emboldened enough to do something about it? And that becomes the next question. And so the faster you move in that direction, the worse this whole world's going to get.
Yeah. And that's the problem.
Right. I don't forget where I interrupted there, but
no, that was good. Yeah.
Like after the couple days, I was saying I didn't know that was I didn't know any of that about like the Black Church, the death threats to you, and other people joining in on it and saying like you should be lynched.
Oh yeah,
man, and then
still going on.
It's gonna keep going.
The love. We were talking.
Oh yeah, the love. Yeah.
Let's go to the love.
Yeah, it's great. Yeah, like I really appreciate so many people like reaching out, like the DMs, just like the text messages from people that like I haven't spoken to in years. Like since pre-COVID, I haven't spoken to some of these people.
Yeah.
Someone from high school I haven't spoken to in like over 10 years.
Yeah.
Reached out and was like, yo, man, like good stuff, man. Like I support you, man. Like, so that was great, And I think this shows that I'm a nobody. I really am. Like even after going viral, like millions of people seeing this video, like I'm a nobody. And I'm fine with that. But like this goes to show you that like you can be like kind of a nobody and still have like an impact politically.
Yeah.
Like you can still like, even if it's not like some flashy video thing, you can knock on doors, you can like tell a neighbor about certain things going on. Cause like there are a lot of people who just don't know this.
Yeah.
That just don't know about the James Fishback stuff.
Yeah.
And I guarantee you, if we go through our phones, there's probably someone that we're cool with that plans on voting for Fishback or would.
Yeah.
Unless
I've seen him called the Mamdani of the right, which I think was pretty cringy, but I guess he tried.
Yeah, he's trying for that. He's going for it. Right. Like that populist rhetoric, like that, like
young populist
APAC, and like he's very big on anti-APAC, which is like a cool message.
That's a good message. Sure, yeah.
Let's not talk about the Pakistani donors and stuff, but like,
so let's talk about the love now. Yeah, you got a lot of love from people. Is the part of it took off? You took off on a couple of subreddits, and then I guess Twitter's where it really took off, and then it got picked up by a podcast. Got picked up by a ton of people.
Yeah. Shouts out to the people on the left and the people. There are some people on the right, good people on both sides on this one. So, even though like Fishback is like a prominent Republican at this point, like there are Republicans that are like, this is too much, Pastor David, Anthony Brian Logan.
I watched the PBD one. And I thought it was so hilarious because they had no context about the video, and they clearly. By the way, I hate that show, but they clearly thought that you were a Byron Donalds, like.
Yeah.
They
thought I was a Black Republican. Yeah, I don't know why they thought that.
Did a lot of people think that, or is that just them?
But that's why it works.
Sometimes people think that I am.
Yeah.
Like, I can see people thinking I'm Republican. Like the way my voice sounds, like just how nerdy I come off as. Like I can see people be like, okay, this guy seems so jarring. I bet he's a Republican low key. Like I could see that. I could see that.
I wonder, that's an interesting point in itself.
Oh yeah, a little more proximity. You're good.
Oh yeah, a little closer to us. Yeah. To say like what would why would somebody assume somebody is a Republican or Democrat?
Right.
That's an interesting point.
The thing about PBD podcast, which I realized when I was watching them, those guys are diehard ride or die for Trump. Like die hard.
Yeah.
I think they get like phone calls from him. They're like, there's like, well, Alex Jones and the Joe Rogan, and while those guys are splitting off and forced to make like hard decisions, even if they're not splitting off, they're pretending that they are. They're distancing themselves to some degree. PBD is like ride it to the max, slurping it up. Like he doesn't care. And I think that's part of it. The reason when they saw that and they didn't have a single negative word to say about you. I think they saw that and they liked the fact that because Trump had endorsed Byron Donalds.
Yes.
That's the plant from the Conservative Party. So in a sense, they thought that you were maybe actually like a Byron Donalds plant.
Which is
that's no one paid me. People were like, "Oh, you got paid by Mossad. You got paid by by Israel. They paid you." I'm like,
"No way.
Who paid you? Who paid you?" Dude, no one.
Guys, he brought a 24 pack of beer today, and it was definitely who's the guy? Who's the guy who they all go after? The page, the Hungarian dudes.
What's the guy's name?
Soros.
Yes,
it was definitely George Soros who paid him.
Yeah, Soros doesn't pay me shit.
So we're drinking Soros beer right now. Thanks to our boy Taj.
The only money I've gotten from this is somebody tipped me $1 on Cash App for it, like literally $1. And I think I got some Reddit karma for it. Like some people gave like Reddit says I have 15 cents in monetary funds.
Did you get dollars for?
I didn't get dollars for posting, but only 15 cents.
Oh, I didn't know you got dollars.
Where's my 7,000? But yeah, like someone gifted the post that I posted on. I posted on Reddit about this. That was cool. Like so, in total, like less than $10.
Guys, I know Taj personally. We lived in the same house, and he would pretty much go out every Friday or Saturday night and cause trouble in the street, regardless. So. This is purely an endeavor of passion.
Really love the game.
That's how I always saw it. Because I remember talking to you years ago, and I think you had gone to other cities to do events, like political events.
Yeah.
So I'm like, this is not like something new that you just went on a whim. It's like this has been happening for so long.
Yeah.
And this one just was probably maybe the most viewed video in the landscape that kind of done or challenged.
It's my most viewed It's my most viewed video I think that I've ever been a part of.
Yeah.
It's in a way it's almost as clean as like the fake rap battle stuff. Glasses, shirt, hat, or the you know what I'm talking about. The I'm not a rapper.
Oh yeah, not super hot fire, but
super hot fire.
Super hot fire. Yeah.
It's almost at that tier where just the mic drop on that and the fact that you just literally
Stealth. You went and so
slash this guy to pieces.
There's so many factors, that play. And now that I understand what's happening, like even down to predicting what door you thought he was going to exit.
Yeah.
There's so many, and then other people thinking, oh, that you're Republican and you're like, there's so many funny factors to the story for it to play out that way. But 2020 hindsight on everything in existence, right?
Mm-hmm.
You look back and like, oh, this is why it worked, or this is what went wrong, or whatever. And this one was just like perfect, piece by piece by. This was like the perfect storm.
The fact that he's a debate bro is hilarious, and I love that you just wrecked a debate bro because I hate debate bros, man. Who doesn't hate a debate bro? Debate bros are so annoying, dude. And you just completely slashed them to pieces, so that's amazing.
It was a fun dunk. Did it get scary sometimes? Like I thought the guy legit had a gun. That one guy like tapped him on the shoulder.
Take a hike.
Yeah. In the longer YouTube video on there, there's like I kind of go over that. But besides that, it was cool. And the death threats aren't great, but we'll live.
I think my take, because I probably knew the least amount of the three of us about what happened, or even I didn't know that was a candidate for governor until this video. Mm-hmm. So that's where I'm at. Okay, so like this has been highly educational for me, and my takeaway is 2 words, folks: take accountability. That's it. That's what I've learned in this whole situation.
We never answered the political question. You think it's what do you think political?
Oh,
Okay.
yeah.
So hypothetically speaking, you throw him off his game. You make him say that to you, and then what do you think politically the best thing you could have done would have been?
Man, if I were in his boots, like if I were,
Yeah, really.
I wouldn't double. I don't know if I'd double down. I would probably wouldn't even acknowledge it, and I'd probably be like, yeah, you touched my security, like you got in my face, and like you antagonized us, and just I don't know, like. Man, he was so in the gutter at that point.
Yeah,
I think
it's putting what you did is in poker. In poker,
politically you do.
You think so? That's an interesting question.
No, yeah, man, because you said
because like
in poker, what you call this is putting someone on tilt. You put this guy on tilt. For days, weeks, presumably still to this moment, because you threw him so off of his game that he started making more mistakes.
Yeah.
And then he fumbled even more, and he couldn't compose himself. And I think even if you're a hardcore fan, you still have to look at it and say, well, he's crumbling, you know, even if that fact. So it's
and it's a good lesson for everybody in some regard. There are different lessons in this whole thing.
If he had said what you're saying, Colby, if he had
I'm sorry, to instill like, hey,
would he have lost his base? What would have happened?
I don't know. Like that was the best. No, what you said that he should have done, I feel like that's the best. You think that
she should have gone high?
Yeah, he should have take the high road and say like, oh, I'm sorry, I said some things in the moment.
You don't think that would have just made him fizzle away into the abyss? I think for his own soul, that would have been the best choice.
Yeah, no, but I feel like people would have been like, I feel like more respected. I feel like that's a more
his fans would have had more to work with. I think
they'd say, point. Oh yeah, you made some thing or whatever, and you spoke in a way that you don't stand by.
Right.
And it's like, yeah, you made the mistake in the moment. Okay, like emotions were heightened. And escalated, and he's saying, "I'm sorry, but I'm a Christian."
You know,
guy
he should have said that because what he could have come out and say,
man,
if somebody looks at you, he
go,
could have taken like the grandstanding, moral, righteous road and said, somebody comes to you and make these horrible allegations.
Yeah.
It really threw me off, and I was looking for anything in my head to combat such a horrible allegation, which is so untrue. And if you've ever been confronted with something untrue like this, you would know, how off-putting it could be. And I said something just out of pocket, just unacceptable. Yeah. And I shouldn't have said that. He got the better of me, but I want to make, some stupid shit like that. Man.
Or maybe even act like he doesn't know the context behind the word lynch. Even though that's a very specific word.
No.
That's a very specific word.
Yeah. No, but like politically speaking, like, yeah, because I think that was the worst thing he could have said.
Yeah.
He could have said like, let's talk about the things he could have said to Taj that would have been like an insult, like that wouldn't have like had the weight.
Get the fuck out of here.
Yeah. Oh, there's one. Okay. Get out of here.
Get out of here, you motherfucker. You know.
Yeah.
Easy.
He could have said like, well, who do you think you are coming into my celebration at Taco Bell? That's not very, that's not the way to go. That's not the way to do things.
Yeah. What do you know about me? You've never met me a day in your life, and you're telling me about what you know.
Yeah.
I don't know anything. I don't come to your face and explain to you what's going on with your stories. That would have been easy.
Yeah. Like keep naming them. There's
what would Joe Biden say? Like,
hey,
hey,
listen,
man.
fat.
What would Joe Biden say? I don't know. Whatever Joe Biden would have said, he should have said that.
Man, you see these hairs on my legs?
Yeah.
Whatever Joe Biden.
Yeah, like I don't know. He would have said some cool shit.
Yeah. Like, hey,
you have to be at a certain level, even politically, to pull off being that unhinged, and he's not at that level.
Yeah. Well, obviously.
Yeah.
We just watched like a meltdown, literally on camera, of a whole thing that's lasted really long. Like he did all the things. He blocked him, then tripled down. He tripled down, man.
Yeah.
He tripled down on you and said it even more. And it's like he could have said, "Man, you deserve to have your mouth washed out with soap."
Yeah.
Instead of
this level of vulgarity. Like I don't know. Would have been hypocritical, yeah. But like, I guess I would. Yeah, okay.
But
you have to take the high road against randos, and that's what you are in this whole situation. You're a total rando, and you just put them on tilt. And
Also-
the fact is,
yeah.
he should have taken the high road, especially against somebody who has nothing. You know,
Yeah.
you could have just been
Like-
and nobody would
yeah.
have seen that clip.
Like, turn to, yeah.
Right.
Nobody would have seen that clip.
The virality came from the outburst.
Right.
Yep.
He made that clip.
Yeah.
You just put the pieces in place, and then he.
Yep.
Yeah, if I said missionary backshots and he's like, "You're weird," and like
Yeah.
laughed at me,
that
then
was-
like that, like I'd be like, "Oh fuck, I can't." Like,
And I think everyone would have laughed at that point.
Yeah.
And
Right.
brushed it right off. If you said that, and he's like, "That's weird."
it's not about smashing a minor. It's
Yeah.
like just like
yeah, dude.
yeah, like-
that was for sure. Nah, man, but you hit the paint. You hit the
Yeah,
point,
that was a
It
3-pointer
was
from
one-
downtown. You know, at the
That's
buzzer.
That's a Hail Mary.
Right.
That like somebody just caught with one hand.
Yeah.
And it's like, oh my gosh, man. Yeah, that whole thing
It was
was
satisfying to watch.
yeah,
It was sad.
Yeah.
So I think everybody enjoys just a demolition like that. Especially if it's a nobody such as yourself who was on the political scheme.
yeah,
It's just a total random person.
total
And versus somebody who's trying to build up. They have so much self-interest. They have so much,
yeah,
Yeah.
true.
you know. And I think a lot of people were able to recognize his vibes were off. And so for a SmackDown to happen like that, that's why I was mentioning the super hot fire thing where you just kind of come in there. It's just a takedown.
yeah,
I think everybody. It's just like WWE, man. Everybody enjoys a good SmackDown. You know?
yeah.
There you go.
Right.
This is kind of like wrestling though, right? Because sometimes like in matches, like the brand new guy can take down the champion.
Right.
Yeah,
It's the
so, like-
underdog story.
Yeah,
You go
Yeah,
into
yeah,
it.
yeah.
You go into his home turf where all of his little hyenas are hanging around him. You know,
yeah,
from the Lion King,
yeah.
and you lay the smackdown on
It's
him.
so
You grab him
loser.
by his feet
Yeah,
and you just like throw him in a circle. You know, suplex him.
Yeah.
And all of his followers are just baffled. They're like,
It's
whoa.
Yeah.
You know, they're like they want to hurt you, but at the same time, they're like, he just took down our guy.
Yeah.
Like he just embarrassed our guy. Like we can't fight him.
Get him dunked on hard. Yeah.
Man, and I don't think you're a nobody, Tosh.
Oh, thanks,
I
man.
think that no,
You know what I
truthfully, man.
mean?
Yeah, but no, I know, but in I know like it's a term used in like societal success,
Right.
but also it's like I don't know, nobody.
Thanks, man.
Yeah, you're somebody, and I mean everybody is right because everybody plays a part in some way or another. I've been thinking about that. That's a whole topic I've been thinking about is looking at societal nobodies and somebodies and stuff like that,
Yeah.
or people that come into our existence or whatever is happening of something that you would say like, oh, my life would be better off without that, whatever that thing is, whatever that interaction. Let's say him in this case, my life would have been better off without that interaction with Taj, just like obliterating and bringing this thing to the surface at my
Bringing
Taco Bell
multiple
rally.
things to surface.
There's
Bringing
so
these
many,
very
man.
dark
There's
criminal
yeah.
allegations to surface.
A lot. Yeah.
And bringing this like
Character.
awful racism
No, you
to
brought
surface.
his character to the surface.
Yeah.
No, that's what you did, man. Like, cause it's like, well, you know, I'm saying if people, not everybody's gonna see that, but if you do look at it, it's like, no, man, like people that do know are gonna be like, dude, you exposed, like what you were saying when it just kind of came out, oh, you should be lynched. It exposed his character. That's in, because
Right.
some people wouldn't say it. They would not, that wouldn't,
Yeah.
no matter how upset they get, they wouldn't say that. That line wouldn't come out of
Yeah.
them. It's somewhere in there that it did
Right,
come
yeah.
out against you, and you exposed that character, and that was like, that's the power move.
Yeah. Yeah, I would
Because
never
it's
go
like-
to a woman and be like, you should be raped for saying that about
Oh,
me. Or,
imagine
or
that.
go
That's
to
exactly what
his
it
neighbors
is.
be like, you should be deported for saying that about
Right.
me.
Yeah.
So it's like, it's very interesting how that's so specific and so on go.
Yeah.
You know, that's
Yeah.
really in the holster like that, you know?
Yeah.
that was
right.
that was his bad move. I mean, obviously,
Yeah.
that was a terrible move. I
Yeah.
like that was could maybe end of the
You
campaign.
know, it's so sad and it's
Yeah.
so impossible that it would ever happen. But in a world that's not just a literal hellhole like the one we live in, he could come out and he could preach to his choir. He has a microphone,
yeah,
and if he
Yeah.
wanted to, and the same with like Nick Fuentes, Andrew Tate, they all have power over these guys for whatever reason because they're appealing to
Yeah.
in a sense the lowest common denominator, and they're saying, look, do you want girls? Do you want cars? Do you want money, status?
Yeah.
Then just do what I do. And on top of that, you can give in to your worst, easiest desires.
Yeah.
You can give in to your
Yeah.
lowest common denominator feelings. You feel hatred or like, are you angry about something in your life? You know, feel hatred, let it flow through you. 'Cause, you know,
yeah.
and
That's his entire campaign.
it's the whole thing. Like, let the hate flow through you, and I'm going to empower you. You don't have to actually fix yourself.
Yeah.
You can achieve greatness like me by just giving into your inhibitions and letting all of the hatred flow without actually putting work into yourself and examining
Yeah, right,
yourself,
right. That's-
trying to figure out what's going on and why you're so upset about stuff.
Yep.
And he could come out and he could be an actual leader for these poor lost boys.
Yeah.
And he could say, guys, what I did was really messed up. What I did was fucked up.
I keep standing
and
by
I don't
that.
achieve anything by doing this.
Yes, man. That's the right move that I think could still have the campaign going.
That's go against the entire campaign.
So on a political level, I completely disagree.
Okay.
His politics is like based on like othering others. Like that person's your enemy. I'm gonna punish this person. So it's like, for example, like he has a proposed OnlyFans tax.
A what now?
OnlyFans tax, where it's like if you're an OnlyFans creator, and if you make content in Florida, then you're getting a 50% tax on whatever you make.
50% tax. Okay.
On OnlyFans, right?
Yeah, I see.
And that's because a lot of young men are like resent women because of OnlyFans. Yeah. Or
he's trying to disincentivize OnlyFans.
Disincentivize it, but also be like, for a lot of young men who are like, hey, I'm 20, I'm 21. The only prospect for me is college and gambling. And like a girl my age can go on OnlyFans and make millions of dollars. And like a lot of guys have that mentality where it's like, oh my God, like there's nothing for men, but there's so much stuff out there for young ladies, you know?
I've seen this in kind of the periphery of my vision where these weird complaints about how hard it is for men and how easy it is for women.
Yeah. And I will say, like, if you just graduated high school and you're in college and like you're working and figuring out college and being a brand new adult, life can be hard. And like it is very easy to look at other people who have it a tad bit easier than you and be like, oh man, they have it so much easier than me. Like even like working at a restaurant, like the cute girl becomes the waitress and you're like in the kitchen washing dishes. And like
she might be talking to the cook or something like that. And you're washing the dishes.
And you're just like, I'm in the dishes and we have the same amount of experience, but she's making a lot of money as a waitress. Right. And like it's like I can see that being a very low-hanging fruit for like a lot of young men to grab, but that's just not the way. But that's what the OnlyFans tax is about. It's not about like, oh, I'm going to use this revenue. He says he's going to use the revenue to improve schools. Who believes that? Who believes that?
Yeah.
That's why he like has this thing about AIPAC, right? Like when people criticize AIPAC,
AIPAC, fill me in.
Okay, so AIPAC stands for American Israeli Political Action Committee.
So what now?
American Israeli Political Action Committee.
Okay.
So like they're big funders in different political campaigns.
Okay.
But there's a certain
they're universally hated across the left and the right populist.
Oh really?
Movements.
Yeah, there's a certain implication when certain people invoke the words like invoke AIPAC and blame AIPAC.
Yeah.
And it's like these pesky Jews control everything.
Okay.
And like it's like othering Jewish people, right?
Yeah.
Like having a campaign where it's like you talk about Byron Donalds and you're like Byron and Tupac Shakur and gosh, what else? They called him like a drug dealer or something. Like something like kind of racist about
you know the
grape soda. They made a post being like him and like some other follower of his were like, sorry for clapping there.
No, you're fine.
We're like sipping Byron Donald's favorite drink, and it was like grape soda.
Oh my
it was
gosh.
like they're just like
the really interesting thing, we talked about this a little bit, how there's black people, there's Hispanics, there's white people in the Groypers group. Yeah. But one thing I kept seeing over and over again when I was surfing the pages, the James Fishback pages, a lot of people were accusing him of being Jewish. An accusation, which you shouldn't be accusing people of being Jewish. It's kind of I thought that went out of vogue in like the 1950s or 40s, but it's big time back. Let's be real.
I hate it.
But it's really ironic that he's going to tell you that you should be lynched. In the meantime, half of his profile is people saying that he looks Jewish and that he's and all sorts of anti-Semitic slurs, which his base is insanely anti-Semitic.
Yes.
The Nick Fuentes types. I think Nick infamously said that Hitler was based and that like the Holocaust didn't go far enough or something like that. Or he said maybe he didn't say that last part, but he denied the Holocaust.
Holocaust, Holocaust.
Either way, he's a big fan of the mustache man. So
it's nuts.
Yeah, like he's unhappy with our current politics because they're not mustachy enough.
Yeah.
And so the biggest accusation, even worse than being black, would be to be Jewish. So it's just weird to see like the way that it eats itself alive.
It's like the dark side of the force,
right?
Where like utilizing it. The cool lightning powers. You can get a lot of people at your Taco Bell cantina, but man, that dark side of the force is gonna eat your body up.
Right.
Yeah, like so his own followers.
It's a living contradiction.
Yeah,
I don't know if he is Jewish or not. It doesn't matter to me.
No, I don't think he is. They want him to do a 23andMe thing. Like there's a lot of people that's like, James Fishback, Why haven't you done a 23andMe yet? Do a 23andMe, James Fishback.
What's 23andMe?
It's like the ancestry thing. They want to know his ancestry to prove that he's white enough.
Because there's suspicions that he's Jewish.
Dude.
Yeah, and like
layers to the story.
He does like a little Jeff Goldberg-y. He's kind of he looks like mini Jeff Goldberg. Yeah,
it's like, and yeah, like this is like he's playing with a certain type of fire where it's like,
right,
yeah, like it's cool to like play with like napalm and shit until you burn yourself and it sticks to you until it burns your fucking skin off.
But it's not gonna happen to me. I'm gonna be careful with it.
Yeah, that's it.
It's almost like seeking higher values within these very low value circles. But not realizing that it is truly it's sort of like you said, talking about both sides of your mouth and living a contradiction.
Yeah, it's gotta suck.
Yeah,
like every night going to bed and just he's gotta know there's a contradiction in his life, you know, like
that's what I wonder. That's what I wonder.
You were getting to this in the beginning.
No, A Very Jonas Christmas got into a debate with my brother on the topic of are they self-aware of what they're making. And my brother, but that's the same thing here. It's like, okay, someone like him or anybody, pick anybody, right? Out there, public figure. It's like, are they self-aware? One and another example that I always think of is like, I think there was some Nickelback interview or something, and they were asking like, oh, before you go on stage, like, do you have any rituals or anything? Or
they look at a photograph.
Something. But I don't know. I have to fact check this, but he said allegedly sometimes we take a shot of whiskey or something, like as if that was like edgy or something. Right. But I'm like, but then there's Motley Crue, so it's all like in perspective. It's like it comes off as a joke to a lot of people, but I'm like, wait, is he self-aware that is happening, or was he dead, or is the person dead serious and saying like, dude, we're edgy, man, we take maybe 2 shots of whiskey before we go on stage?
We don't know.
Right. So that's what everybody debates, and I'm like, The Very Jonas Christmas is so corny, like it's so corny, and my brother's like, no, but they know that it is, and I'm like, well, I think they're trying to be funny.
Like the TV show?
No, the special, the movie. It was just came out this past year.
Oh,
they did a movie. Yeah, and like, so my thing was like, so like it's super corny, and my Elliot and me, my brother debated. He's like, no, they're self-aware. They know that's what it's supposed to be. I am not convinced. I am like, no, this might be their sense of comedy. Legitimately,
they have
to know. Okay, well, that's the question you just asked. So you're like, does he when he lays down at night? Does he know if it's we take shots before stage? Like it's a joke to people like that, like, or like, well, Motley Crue was on heroin at all their shows. I think Eminem said he wasn't sober. He's taking pills for like however many years of his whole career. So it's like the shot is like it's almost funny. They're like, that's edgy.
Yeah. Right.
It's like, it almost is like somebody that would say that. You could imagine their whole life.
Right.
They grew up in a really nice neighborhood, in a really good environment. And it's like, Bad was like, oh yeah, man, Steve today at high school, man, he peeled out in the parking lot. Like left the parking lot. Like
he was smoking a J.
He was smoking.
He was hotboxing.
Yeah. That's rebellious, you know, like, but that just comes down to perspective. It's sort of like your perspective on like, everything, like what is edgy, like to Disney edgy is one thing, and then edgy to like, I don't know, man,
HBO,
it would be something completely different. So it's like that's, so I wonder though, I legitimately wonder that. I've wondered that for a long time with a lot of things that would be like similar to this. Does he know?
Performers,
does he know? Is it like, this is what I really think, but this is what I'm gonna say, I think, because this is the game I'm playing, or is it like, what is it? Yeah, it'd be very interesting. And who would know that?
I think a guy like Fishback is definitely on like the dark triad spectrum. So he's probably kind of very aware of a lot of it, but then just has no interest in more moralistic questions. He sees them as irrelevant, probably. I don't know. I think you can sell your soul on either side of politics and get pretty far, you know, right? Which is that's the political question is, I think you do it to be strategic. If you want to kind of use the dark forces, you can do it on either side. I think it works a lot better on the right, generally speaking, especially those specific circles of the right. Because again, you're appealing to people's darker desires. Somebody who doesn't really want to do the work, they might go to the gym or something like that, but somebody who doesn't really want to do the internal work, figuring out why they're so upset about life and why they're miserable every day and depressed, and it's easier to blame somebody else usually, or somebody maybe, I don't know. I saw somebody say something on the internet recently. They're like, sometimes people, if their mind is full of chaos, they're just looking for that straightforward answer. They're looking for an answer to their problems.
Yeah.
And they'll seek that externally.
Yeah. Dude, I think that alone would change the world.
Yeah.
If that was like, imagine if that was taught in like, that was in public school.
Yeah.
Like self-reflection, or like, hey, like taking something like this.
Right.
Hey, this is the way it went.
If you,
this is, what would that be called? It's just morals.
Education?
No, I'm saying
critical thought. Yeah.
Is that critical?
Well, and that's kind of what it is. The person I saw post this was saying if you're able to stabilize your internal state, you can then go search for complexity.
Yeah.
And you could find that, and you can search for the complex things, the things that are a little nuanced. They're not easy to figure out. There's hard answers. They're not clear answers. There's different shades of gray, and you have to think about them for a long time and break them down. But if your mind is full of chaos and you're grasping for simplicity, you're going to look outside of yourself, and you can't build that calmness within yourself. You can't find it anywhere within yourself. You're going to reach out, and you're going to find the simplest answer you can find. And probably the one that doesn't take nuance and complexity.
My life is going bad because gas prices are up.
Right.
Stuff like that. Simple. Simple. You got to connect.
And I think a lot of people, a lot of the like the Fishback crowd this is like a long response to a decade or two of what used to be called SJW wokeism. I think a lot of them have been yelled at by a purple-haired girl once, or at least like they've perceived that they've been slighted by a purple-haired girl
on TikTok.
They've seen a purple-haired girl yell at somebody else on TikTok, and well, I'm sure there's more to it as well.
Yeah, probably college, middle school, high school. They've seen that annoying classmate, or they've had some experience where they got rejected by a girl. I think every boy's had that growing up.
Or they've been yelled at and they felt very attacked for what they felt was just themselves, and they felt slighted and rejected. Not even in a sexual or romantic way, but in a purely identity way. They felt like they've been insulted and rejected.
He does play on that. He's like, like if you're a white male, you're the only oppressed one in the country.
A lot of you, I saw Erica Kirk was talking about.
He said that in the Taco Bell before he walked out.
Really?
He did. Yeah.
That you're oppressed if you're white.
Yeah, he said white male women are the most oppressed in the country. He said that, like, because I saw clips from what he was saying inside that Taco Bell.
Yeah.
And like that Taco Bell was going nuts.
Like they were loving it.
They were eating that up.
Okay.
Right.
Like a cheesy gordita crunch.
What about the prayer? I meant to ask you about the prayer.
Oh, that part.
The prayer. Yeah.
Oh, you saw that part where he's like, "Come pray with me."
Yeah.
Oh,
yeah. I was like, "Are you Christian?"
Yeah.
Like, I think you said yeah, and then he's like,
"Well, because you are a Christian."
Yeah, I'm Christian.
Yeah. So there was like kind of like what was that segment like when he was like, "Are you Christian?" Then like, what was they trying to say? Like, then why are you doing this?
Yeah. So
they're trying to say?
So he went back and like he talked to some kid with a Bible, and they were like talking. And the kid was like, "Mr. Fishback, I know it's like stressful on the campaign trail. Like, what do you do to calm down?" And I interjected. I was like, "Probably smashing a minor."
Was this after or before?
Okay.
This is after he said the lynching comment.
Okay.
So he said, you should be lynched. And it's like, why don't you come pray with me? Literally 120 seconds later.
That's so scummy. Just putting it out there, dude.
Yeah, like he's just trying to reboot. Like,
yeah.
Yeah.
That's like speed running how to be like a scummy youth pastor, you know.
He's throwing everything at the wall. Like, what's going to stick?
He told you should be lynched, but then said, "Come pray with us."
Yeah.
All in the same.
Why aren't evangelicals winning people over, man? I don't get it.
I don't get it, man.
Right.
Like, and yeah, so he's like, "Why don't you come? Are you Christian?" And I was like, "Yeah." He's like, "Why don't you come pray with us?" And I was like, "Pray with an E or an A?" He's like, and then
I forgot about that.
Yeah. And then he
that was fast, man. Yeah, that's snappy.
Yeah. Thank you. I'm glad I came up with that one, but and
oh my gosh, did he catch that when you said that?
The audience did. That's all that matters.
Okay, the audience caught it.
Yeah. And he's like, why, like, come pray? And I was like, and then people were like, why don't you pray? And I was like, I don't want to be a part of this theatrics.
Right.
You know, I'm literally only here because this thing is. I think that's when I got pushed by security. Like, I care about whether or not the governorship is occupied by a pedophile, and this nigga's a pedophile. Yeah. And then someone's like, get this guy out of here. And then like the security team started pushing me.
It sounds like a Saturday night. Like literally, like
sounds like a Pixar movie or something.
Yeah, it was
minus all the vulgarity.
It was crazy. Yeah, it was nuts.
Oh man. Nuts. But what was the okay? So then the praying. Wait, there was something else I had a question about too. But oh man, I was just
the praying is so scummy. It's just so low.
Yeah, I'm like, I'm not joining in your fucking theatrics, bro.
Because that's exactly what that is. That's theatrics. And if you can't recognize that as theatrics, It's also some of this it's some of the like low hanging fruit. Like here's an answer to your problems. You could be a total nasty piece of shit. And then also I'm gonna coat this nastiness with
come pray with us on the Bible.
This totally bogus, showy religion.
Yeah,
you know.
Yeah, I've noticed that conservatives will do that. Like in person, they'll do stuff like that.
It's really scummy.
Let's have a really like theatrical prayer all together, guys. Oh man, like I know I said that like I think that like women should be put to death for getting abortions and that systemic racism is real and that like I want everybody to die from climate change. But why don't we all pray together at the end of it? And I'm like, bro, this is all theatrical for you. This is for you to feel better at the end of this. Yeah. And like I'm bringing you this information so you understand.
And you are a Christian, so it's not like you're against praying or you don't have no issues. But you just recognize in that moment this is not. This is not religion. This is just using.
Cover up.
This this holier than thou aura.
They love doing that,
right?
And I'm someone who had a prayer vigil last year, right? And like, while I don't like theatrical stuff like that, like I understand like public prayer, that's cool. But that is literally just the purpose of theatrics.
No,
like
it's very showy.
Literally just that.
What was the thing? Okay, he was asking you to prove it. When you said that line, that was my question. And he's like, "Oh, prove it." Was he saying for you to prove that you're black?
He did ask for that. Yeah.
Was that because I thought I heard it? I'm like,
yeah, because I said nigga a few times. He's like, "This guy's saying the N word. You're not even black." I was like, and I should have responded with a bitter zinger. What is that? And I was like, I was kind of confused by that. Honestly, he actually got me there. I was legitimately confused by that. I was like, I am black. He's like, why don't you prove it?
Was he asking something else?
I don't know what. I don't know what you meant by that.
I don't know either. But it was that when I saw that made me. I was like,
it was on the back of you saying I should be lynched for some reason. So obviously,
right.
I didn't understand what the
maybe that is his debate bro instincts kicking in and trying to save him, but flailing.
It's like take a look at James Fishback. Like look at this nigga's face. Yeah. Is he the Negro knower? Like how is he supposed to like? This guy's the one that with the discernment here. Are you serious, bro? Like, no, like,
right.
That was at the tail end of one of the clips when, and I had to rewatch it a couple times. I'm like, I don't know if that is that. Am I hearing it?
Yeah, I had to. Or is this a reboot after that? I was like, are you serious, bro?
I don't know if he was saying to prove that you're black or prove that you're Christian.
That's what I'm black.
Yeah. That's what I didn't know if he was saying like, oh, you're Christian, prove it.
No.
But like, also that'd be either way is like how do you prove that you're Christian? Like, but then it's like he was telling you to prove like, oh yeah, you're not black.
Yeah.
Like I don't know what I don't know. Was it a joke or like I don't know.
I don't know if it was like some sort of weird insult.
He might have just been broken. He might have just.
It just came out wrong.
By it. I was legitimately just like. Because like even the tone of my voice, I'm like, I am black.
That's the one thing he got you with.
He got me on that one, man.
That's the one thing we got to give him props for. He got you on that.
You threw a little haymaker in there. You got a little tap on the chin.
Like wow. Like,
it's like wait, I am black.
1 point for James Fishback.
Yeah.
Props, Fishback for telling Taj that he's not black and to prove it.
He's gatekeeping blackness. Like this guy, like just. Like him with like that, and like the glasses and shit. Oh my gosh!
No, that was. I wonder though. It makes me think into the bigger scope of like, like growing up. I wonder what character was he like in the high school scene and like.
He's a debate bro apparently.
Okay,
I'd imagine someone with like good grades who thought he was like smarter than everybody else.
I think I know a kind of guy who was in high school and I'm not.
He's a weird profile. Like so he probably got really good grades. He went to Georgetown. Okay. He didn't graduate college.
Yeah.
And then he goes back to high school to start a debate club in high school. So did he peak in high school?
He probably was really smart in high school and very well spoken. Was a debate bro. I think you're right. Actually, now I see he got really good grades. He excelled in high school. Yeah. But he was probably relatively reclusive. Like he probably wasn't like he probably found his voice. I
was curious. Like was he like
that? Not to be Mr. Freud here, but what if he, was not able to meet all of his social needs in high school, so to speak? And he kind of was like
stunted. College and getting girls in high school is crazy.
Right.
Like
Arrested Development.
Dropout, preying on high school girls is nuts.
Was he a dropout?
Yeah, he did not graduate.
Okay.
Hey, James Fishback, I have a bachelor's. You don't, bitch. Like it's like.
Yeah, the whole political world we live in is not great right now. But
Yeah.
I guess maybe it's a very democratized political world where I think anybody feels like they can make it now.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's like, why not, man? Like, I mean,
Right.
look,
You just have to have the guts to go out there and
go-
tell
yeah.
somebody they should be lynched when they confront you with.
We disagree, Rippy.
Right.
Man, yeah. Well, man, that was highly educational for me.
Yeah.
Yeah. Thank you, Taj.
Yeah, of course.
Taj TV. You guys know where to find him. Taj
Yeah.
TV.
TAJY TV.
We'll link all the stuff. I don't know. Do you guys have any closing statements or
I'm
conclusive remarks?
Hey, let's put a little message out there to the Fishback boys.
What do you guys have?
I
to
don't
say?
know, guys. You start.
Yeah, so damn, should I say something?
Because
Or something
I'm
like
gonna say
that?
this about Taj. I think Taj actually cares about the Fishback fans.
Yeah.
I think he cares about the Nick Fuentes fans. I think he cares about the internet subcultures and the political
Yeah.
subcultures that would be attracted to the Fishback rhetoric. And I think that's why you went out there that day. I think you are invested, and I think you're plugged in with that whole crowd.
Yeah.
And you understand what's happening internally, emotionally with them, and you could get more into that in your own personal life. But like, go ahead and what's your message to the Fishback fans?
Yeah, I think government is a tool, you know, and like that's so broad. We live in a society, but government's legitimately like a tool, like a Mobile Suit Gundam, right? And if you had a Mobile Suit Gundam, you can do a lot of help. You can help a lot of people do a lot of really cool things if Mobile Suit Gundams were real. Or you can hurt a lot of people. You can do like the world's craziest terrorist attack, you know? And I think like what the people that we choose to ride that Mobile Suit Gundam called government is important, you know? Like right now, like we live in a society where our gas prices are going up, where girls' schools are getting drone striked, where random fishermen are getting drone striked, where we're like gonna be the cause of more deaths than the Holocaust of the US aid cuts. And that's a sign of like bad drivers, right? I think it's in everyone's best interest because we're all in this together. No matter what you think, we're all in this together to have the best leaders we can have who care, who give a damn with good solutions. I don't think people that have an OnlyFans tax, I don't think that's how does that help you again? I don't see that. I don't see that. Um so with that being said, like you really should think about government like a business, like a really big enterprise level thing that we all have control over and that has impacts on our lives that we can't even calculate yet. And yeah, I think that the right leaders like will have the right solutions, and the wrong ones are going to have the wrong solutions. So take a look at Florida, for example, right? Like, why are we having insurance and cost of living crises right now? Why are we about to lose like our access to things like drinking water in a couple of years, maybe even 5 years? We're going to have little disputes. We are just disputing right now with Georgia about like water rights. It's going to get worse, you know? Republicans have controlled our state for longer than a lot of you guys have been alive. And I think it's time for new leadership in not only our state, but also like in the White House and in the federal government as well. So yeah, Taji TV. I hope the best for everybody. Thanks for listening, for watching, and hopefully you guys didn't fall asleep when I had that spiel for about 2 minutes. 1 minute, 2 minutes.
All right. This is guys who now know something. Signing off.